What's going on, everyone? I'm Joseph Lombard, aka Interesting4, and welcome to my Q&A 10,000 subscriber special. One of my 3 subscriber specials that I'm going to do, one of them happens to be a Q&A. Well, here's the first out of 3. The Minecraft PS4 10-hour live stream will happen this Friday, September 26th, and a Day with Interesting4 10,000 subscriber special will happen next Sunday, September 28th. So keep an eye on those. So I know you guys are looking forward to a Day with Interesting4, but that's not until next Sunday, September 28th. So today is the Q&A, and you know, I've gotten a total of 170 questions asked to me, but I only chose 25 questions to answer, or around 25. Unfortunately, I can't get to everyone's because, you know, it'll take too long and my throat probably will go out, you know, by the time it's all over. And, you know, it's just too long of a video to do 170 questions answered. So I have like 25 lucky people that I chose, and I picked the most important questions to answer to. So anyway, so welcome to the Q&A 10,000 subscribers special. So let's start off with the first question from Foster Brown. What's your favorite video game of all time? You know, I played a lot of great video games over the years that I really can't pick a favorite. I mean, my most favorite is racing games, NASCAR games, just anything to do with racing. I also like Grand Theft Auto, you know, and Call of Duty, you know. I mean, but mostly it's racing games, but I can't really name a specific favorite because I played a lot of so many great games over the years. I can't really pick a favorite. So yeah, so anyway, but I do like the racing, you know, the NASCAR, the, you know, Codemaster racing games. I played Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty, so but yeah, that's basically my favorites. Next question comes from Justin Stitzel. What was your favorite Let's Play you ever done? Quite honest with you, I love the Let's Plays that Zach and I are doing. You know, when Zachary and I are doing the Let's Plays, those are the most fun in my opinion. I mean, I still have a good time doing the single person Let's Plays. Like, you know, I still have a good time doing my NASCAR Let's Plays, which the NASCAR Let's Plays are my favorite as well. But mostly it's just Let's Plays that I do with Zach because they're just so much fun and more entertaining, you know. I mean, we both just have a good time. And I count Versus as a Let's Play, you know. Versus is just great, you know. I mean, most popular series on my YouTube channel. And, you know, like I said, my favorite Let's Plays are with me and Zach playing the games. It's just a lot of fun. So, thank you for your question. DZ12122. What was the hardest game you've ever played? I'm going to be quite honest with you. It's not Paperboy. Even though I truly hate that game. It's not Paperboy. It's actually Octodad. And I'll tell you why. Even though it's a short game, I mean, Zach and I did a Let's Play on it. It only lasted 3 parts because it was a short game. That was probably the hardest game to finish. I swear. I mean, just the difficulty level it was, and the frustrations that Zach and I had while we were doing the Octodad Let's Play. It was just, I was just so glad when we finally finished it because I never even touched the game again ever since that Let's Play. So, you know, so Octodad is basically the hardest game I've ever played, and it's an arcade-ish kind of game too, and yet I had a hard time with it. So yeah, Octodad Deadliest Catch from the PS4 was the hardest game I've ever played. Nitro Albatros, if I pronounced that last name right. What will your next car be after your Chevy Cruze? Well, currently right now I have the blue Chevy Cruze outside. You know what? I haven't really thought about a car that I would choose next after the Chevy Cruze. Probably a much older car. Maybe and obviously a used car. I'm not going to pick like what I would really like for sports cars. I would like a Corvette or a Camaro or a Mustang. I would like those cars. It's just that they're expensive and I really don't have the money for that. I mean, it could happen, you know, but nah, I may pick an old classic, you know. I like classic cars, you know. Zach especially likes classics, so. Or maybe a pickup truck. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit old. It's gonna be an older car and a used car instead of the 2012 Chevy Cruze I have out there. So, anyway, but I love my Chevy Cruze right now. It drives great, no problems at all. Just, I may keep this Chevy Cruze for at least the next few years. Ian NASCAR 48. If you hung out with a really famous gamer of all time on YouTube, who will it be? Well, it's actually not one famous YouTube gamer. It's actually a group that I really like, and that's Achievement Hunter from Rooster Teeth. I mean, if I happen to meet the Achievement Hunter crew, that would be so awesome. I mean, Jeff, Gavin, Jack, Ray, Michael, Ryan, and then Lindsay, and then Caden, and Carrie. You know, just meeting the Achievement Hunter crew would just be pretty awesome. I mean, they're my number one favorite YouTubers, which is Achievement Hunter. They make great Let's Plays like Grand Theft Auto 5, and then random Let's Plays, so on and so on. The Go series, the Versus series, Minecraft. They just everything they do is just pretty awesome. So I would definitely meet Achievement Hunter, you know, from Rooster Teeth. That would be a really awesome time for me to meet those famous gamers on YouTube. So, yeah, Achievement Hunter from Rooster Teeth is definitely I would pick. I don't know what I just heard out the window. It sounded like a dog, like howling. War Fox 28. Who is your favorite player on the Seattle Seahawks? So the Seattle Seahawks are my favorite team, which, by the way, they won the Super Bowl, so I was really happy that night. I've been a Seahawks fan ever since I was a little kid. Favorite player, I actually have three favorite players. I have Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, and Richard Sherman. So Wilson, Lynch, and Sherman are my three favorite players on the Seattle Seahawks. I know you only specifically said one. If I happen to pick one, it would be Russell Wilson. So, yeah, those are my favorite players and player from Seattle Seahawks. NYK Gaming. Who is your favorite NBA team? Well, unfortunately, they're not doing good right now. The last 2 or 3 seasons. The Los Angeles Lakers. I'm glad Kobe is coming back this year, but I've been a Lakers fan ever since I was a little kid, and of course I live in LA, so I mean, I like the Clippers too. You know, I mean, just both the LA NBA teams, but mostly Lakers because I've been a Laker fan since I was little. So yeah, Los Angeles Lakers is my favorite NBA team. Justin Gallucci, what made you start Joseph vs. Zachary? Well, I initially got the idea from Achievement Hunter from Rooster Teeth because a few months after Achievement Hunter started their Versus series, I really enjoyed it. And for whatever reason, it came up into my mind, you know what? It would be so cool if Zachary and I do a Joseph vs. Zachary series. So I went to Zach and I told him that we should make a Versus series, and I was telling him the idea of it. And Zach agreed that we should do a Versus series, and I mean, how many episodes we got done? 53 episodes. That's a pretty good amount of Versus episodes we've done. Over a year and 2 months, so basically 14 months. Zach and I's been doing the Versus series, and it's been a lot of fun. Every episode, it just seems fun to me. And Joseph vs. Zachary is the most popular series on my YouTube channel, which I can see why, because it's always more entertaining when Zach and I play some video games. So it's just a great time. We upload 1 episode each week, and it's just fun, you know. So I basically got the Versus idea from Achievement Hunter from Rooster Teeth. So that's a good question. Thank you for that. Cody Hagen, when did you start liking NASCAR? Well, actually, the first year I got into NASCAR was 2002. I believe, you know, if I remember, I saw my dad about to watch the 2002 Daytona 500, and I was kind of bored that day. I was 8 years old. Yeah, I was 8 when I watched the 2002 Daytona 500 with my dad, and ever since that race, I've been getting into NASCAR a lot, you know. I mean, so basically, I basically started liking NASCAR in 2002. Although I got my first NASCAR game was NASCAR 2001 from the PS1, and that came out in 2000. So I thought, you know what? Maybe if I get into the NASCAR life in real life, it'd be fun to watch. So basically, the 2002 and the 2002 Daytona 500. And that's when I basically started liking NASCAR, and ever since then I've been watching NASCAR. I've been into NASCAR. So basically for a good 12 years now. Bobby Sedlatschek, if I pronounce that last name right, Sedlatschek. How long will Joseph vs. Zachary go on? Because eventually you will run out of games. That's a good question. I think Joseph vs. Zachary could at least go on for another few years. And then here's why. Zachary and I basically have like 500 games. I know when a few months back I did the gaming collection. Well, technically that wasn't all the games I've had. Zachary and I have basically every console we have. We basically have, like I said, over 500 games. And I don't think Zach and I will have a hard time picking out a game for Versus, because we have tons of games. And to think about what we should do for Versus, what kind of ideas we can do for Joseph versus Zachary each week, And, Zach and I don't think we're going to have a problem running out of video games. So Joseph versus Zachary, hopefully we can continue Joseph versus Zachary for at least a good next few years. Or the most, Who knows? But it's always fun doing Joseph vs. Zachary, and we will keep going as long as we can, But that's a good question. Zombie Player 2119, what is your favorite gaming system? I'm going to be quite honest with you, the PlayStation 1. And the reason why is because the PlayStation 1 was my very first gaming console I've ever had. And, you would think that PlayStation, the PS3, the Xbox 360, PS4 would be my favorite gaming systems. No, it's actually the PS1. I mean, the graphics back then on the PS1 were crap and just ridiculous. But just the childhood memories I've had playing the PS1, the PS1 is my favorite gaming system. Just cause, and a lot of the PS1 games are pretty fun to play. Zach and I, on our Versus series, we do a lot of classic games because they're just so fun. I know the newer games have the realistic graphic today, but no, just PlayStation 1 is my favorite gaming system just because it was my first gaming system ever. So, yeah. Diadu 188, who will be your favorite NASCAR driver when Jeff Gordon retires? Well, actually, Chase Elliott is my second favorite NASCAR driver. If you're talking about Sprint Cup, Dale Jr. is my second favorite. But I also, I became a Chase Elliott fan and a Kyle Larson fan. So basically, I would cheer for Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson after Jeff Gordon retires. So, because I know Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson are going to be the future stars of NASCAR. I guarantee you. And but mostly I'll cheer for Chase Elliott. Just because I know he's already basically made a deal that he would go to Hendrick as soon as someone leaves the team. So, and take over Jeff Gordon, if it happens, He already made a deal that he was going to go with Hendrick. So Chase Elliott most likely. And Kyle Larson, of course. Ian Jackson, who is your favorite NASCAR legend? Dale Sr. I also like Bobby Allison and Davey Allison and Cale Yarborough. I like those guys too, but I like Dale Sr., the Intimidator. It's just something about him. He just had the talent back then. Just the Intimidator name, it just sounds so cool. His cars were cool. The number 3, the black number 3, and the Wrangler, and the other paint schemes he had. But Dale Sr., you know, he would do anything to win, and he would bump you out of the way. He had that attitude that he will wreck you for the win. Not saying that's the best attitude to get trying to win a race, but you know. But Dale Sr., I will say, is my favorite NASCAR legend. You know. So, yeah. Austin Blaney. Who is your favorite IndyCar driver? Well, if you saw in a couple of my videos, even one of the vlog videos I did a couple weeks ago, the Food and Gas Friday night vlog, I was wearing a Scott Dixon shirt, and I thought that would give you a hint on who's my favorite IndyCar driver. It's actually Scott Dixon. I've been a Scott Dixon fan since 2007, you know, and, you know, Scott Dixon is my favorite driver. I also like Will Power. I'm glad he got the championship this year. I like Elio, and, oh geez, who's the other driver? I can't think of my mind right now. Oh, holy crap. Oh, I like Dario Franchitti too until he got in that horrible crash in Texas last year and forced him to retire out of IndyCar. So I did like Dario Franchitti as well. But my number one favorite is Scott Dixon because he's a good driver. You know, he has a talent. Jacob Davis. What is your favorite game you've played in 2014? If you're talking about new games in 2014, I can answer that for you. It's actually the game that came out a couple weeks ago, and it's the #1 selling PS4 game right now. That is Destiny. Destiny is just biblical. It is crazy fun. It's just epic fun. Destiny is basically just opened up the start of the next generation. Even though the PS4 and Xbox One came out almost a year ago, Destiny started basically the next generation of PS4 and Xbox One, and Destiny is selling really good. I think they're the #1 selling game this year now. But Destiny is just a lot of fun. I really have a good time. I mean, something about this game that just, it's like, wow. I mean, when they had the beta a couple weeks ago, I wanted the game immediately. And I went to the midnight release just to get Destiny. So, yeah, Destiny is a lot of fun. If you don't have the game, I suggest you buy it or at least rent it. At least give it a try because Destiny is a great game. It's a fun game. And it's basically the #1 selling game of this year. So if you haven't got Destiny yet, I suggest you get it. So, Destiny is my favorite game I've played in 2014. Granger Pike, what is your favorite Call of Duty? Well, unfortunately, it's all full of hackers and mods, but I will say Modern Warfare 2. There's something about it that's just, and you know, Modern Warfare 2 is basically a game. It's a memorable game. You know, you'll remember the maps on Modern Warfare 2. I mean, just the way it's played. You know, I mean, Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite. It's probably one of the best Call of Duties. I also like the first Black Ops. The first Black Ops was fun too. Black Ops 2 was okay, you know. I mean, I played it, but it's okay. I can't stand Modern Warfare 3 just because of the spawns and just, it seems like I put so many hit markers on one guy and yet the other guy shooting at me gets me on two bullets, which is ridiculous. And Call of Duty Ghost, I despise Call of Duty Ghost. I actually sold that game, as a matter of fact, because it's Call of Duty Ghost to me is the most boringest Call of Duty game. It's not memorable. You know, it's just crap. It's just terrible. Just the spawns are terrible as well, especially on Domination. So Call of Duty Ghost, out in the trash. I sold that game too. Like I said, I can't play Call of Duty Ghost no more. It's just that terrible. But like I said, Modern Warfare 2 is basically my favorite Call of Duty just because it's memorable, it's fun, you know. Unfortunately, some lobbies, most of the lobbies are hackers and mods, but overall, Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite Call of Duty. Nikki, what position did you play in basketball? I used to play basketball. I retired 2.5 years ago, but I played for 8 seasons, and I was basically I mostly played forward because when the time I was playing basketball, now I'm like 5'7", 5'8" at the moment now. But back then, even 2.5 years ago, I was like at 5 foot. I was like the shortest guy always, so I always played forward, like in front of the, play area, So, I always played forward, and that was my position in basketball. Just because, I was small, I was short. I wasn't a big guy to get under the basket and get the rebound. I mean, I did at times, but I'm saying, I always played forward when I played basketball for the 8 seasons. And, it was fun. Those 8 seasons were fun, I mean, I had a great time in basketball. Unfortunately, can't play no more, Joshua Mudd. Josh, love you, man. Love you. I remember you came out here a couple of times. It was a lot of fun with Steven and, just had a great time. Joshua Mudd is one of my favorite friends ever. So, hi. Kitty, I'm trying to do a Q&A right now. You can't bother me. I know you probably heard Josh's name, right? Alright, Joshua Mudd, what keeps you motivated to continue making YouTube videos? That's a good question. It's actually my fans, my subscribers. You guys, those 10,180 subscribers that I have at this moment while recording this, you guys are my motivation that keeps me going on YouTube and making YouTube videos. Because as much support I got now, I like to keep going. I like to keep making videos to keep my fans and subscribers entertained and enjoy watching. So basically, it's my subscribers and my fans that keeps me motivated to keep making YouTube videos. And I want to thank you guys for the support. And I promise you that I will stay on YouTube as long as I can in my whole life. And so I'm glad I get to keep you guys entertained, and I'm glad you guys enjoy my videos. I'm glad you guys enjoy the content I upload on my YouTube channel. And I'm glad for the support. Like I said, thank you guys for the support. And like I said, just reaching 10,000 subscribers and fans was just incredible. And I couldn't keep going on YouTube without, like I said, my fans and subs. So I want to thank you guys for the support. So that's what keeps me motivated to continue making YouTube. Dalton G. What is your favorite moment from racing in the Nordic Amateur Series? Just to be quite honest with you, my favorite moment from racing in the Nordic Amateur Series is when everyone doesn't drive like a piece of shit. I swear, it seems that every amateur race, it's always a wreck fest. It is ridiculous because there are most drivers in that amateur series that doesn't know how to effing drive. They suck. I don't even know how they're not even thrown out of the Nordic Amateur Series. Now, the races that are not a wreck fest, they're fun, but most of them are just wreck fest and just a lot of drivers driving like idiots. I'm going to say that right now. Lately, I haven't been racing in a lot of Nordic Amateur Series just because of that reason. Just because I don't want to deal with the assholes. I didn't want to deal with getting wrecked all the time. It's just ridiculous. So, it's my favorite moments of the Nordic Amateur Series is when drivers in that series don't drive like a piece of shit and stop crying and bitching about everything, because hearing them bitch and complain about something is just ridiculous, and I'm surprised they haven't been kicked out of the league, to be quite honest with you. There's only like 5 or 6 good drivers in the amateur series, Also, what's my favorite moments racing in the Nordic Amateur Series is winning 2 races, both of them at the Daytona Night Race, I would say the second win was actually my favorite than the first one, just because on how that race ended up, it was just... So, basically, one of my favorite moments as well from the Nordic Amateur Series is when I won 2 races, both at the night race at Daytona. But I would say the second win I got there was definitely my favorite, just because I was sideways at coming across the line. I mean, I was wrecking coming to coming to the checker flag and I won. So anyway, that's my favorite moments is one when drivers don't drive like a piece of shit, and me winning 2 Nordic Amateur races. So good question there. Isaiah Bernicci, if I can remember that, if I can pronounce that last name and that first name. Are you going to do a Halloween, Thanksgiving, and a Christmas special on Minecraft? You know, Zach and I have been talking about a Halloween and Christmas special ever since we started the Minecraft series, because I know there's a theme you can do for Halloween, and there's a theme where you can do Christmas on Minecraft. So Zach and I are thinking about doing that. For the Halloween special, Zach and I are thinking about going pumpkin hunting, because there are pumpkins all over the place in the Minecraft world that we have. So Zach and I are going to go pumpkin hunting for the Halloween special. I don't know what we're going to do for the Thanksgiving special. But for the Christmas special, I'm thinking about making a cabin, you know, in the snow area. Make like an area where we can build a snowman, go sledding and stuff. I mean, and throw snowballs, have a good time, you know. So Zach are definitely going to do a Halloween and Christmas special on Minecraft. Definitely. I don't know about Thanksgiving, though. Zach Adams, and we got a few more questions left. Zach Adams, will you make a Madden 15 Let's Play? No, not really. I mean, you know, the Madden games are technically just separate Let's Plays I do every once in a while. Of course, last week I uploaded a Madden 15 Let's Play, and I was the Seahawks, and I played against the Broncos. I won 38-21. Pretty good game. But I think the next time I'm going to upload a Madden 15 video is when Zach and I do a Super Bowl special. So whoever are going to be the Super Bowl teams for Super Bowl 49, Zachary and I are going to do a Super Bowl special on Madden 15 the week of the Super Bowl. So yeah, technically I'm not going to do a Madden 15 Let's Play. We'll just do a Super Bowl special once that week comes of Super Bowl 49. So yeah. Marlo Magro, do you consider YouTube as a job? You know, I know YouTube, you know, I mean, in a way it is a job because you make money off it. I mean, I treat YouTube as it's my job because, you know, I keep doing YouTube just because I want to keep making my channel grow. I mean, now that I have over 10,000 subscribers, I want to keep going and making YouTube videos and keeping you guys entertained. So basically just sitting on my ass, doing this, recording gameplay with my camera and facing the TV screen, and then editing my videos and uploading it. It's technically, it's kind of a job, you know. I mean, I know you would think a real job is going to look for jobs in reality, but you know, as a matter of fact, actually, Zachary and I are about to open up a business ourselves. Zachary and I are going to open up a YouTube business where we're also going to sell some merchandise as well, and Zach and I are going to make a website for our YouTube stuff and for our merchandise. And Zach and I are actually gonna model an office outside of the house. I don't know when that's going to happen. It could happen next month. But Zachary and I are going to make an office for us where we have our desk in the office, our computers and stuff, and the TV in there. We're gonna basically, Zach and I are actually gonna make a business, and basically we have to sign some legal forms and get tax ID to require to open up Zachary and I our own business. So technically YouTube is basically gonna be our job, and we're gonna make money off it too. So I mean, I'm already making money off of YouTube anyway, but I mean, we're gonna make more money. We're gonna actually open up a business. I guarantee you, as soon as we open up our merchandise shop, people are going to start buying our stuff just because how many supporters we have, how many subs we have. Alright, 3 more questions. Mr. DJ Moff NJ, what camera do you use? let me look at it again because I'm actually recording with this camera right now. It's a Sony Handycam HDR CX110. Yes, Sony Handycam HDR CX110. That's the camera I use to record my videos, and that's the camera I'm using right now. So it's the Sony Handycam CD. Oh dang! I said that wrong. Sony Handycam HDC CX110 is the camera I use. So it's a $400 camera too. I bought this camera for $400, but yet it has great quality, so I can't complain about how much I spent. So yeah. Alright, couple more questions. Dylan, 243214. What do you and Zach do for a living? Well, Zach and I actually are, like I mentioned a couple of questions ago, Zachary and I are about to open up a business together, and a YouTube business, and we're gonna make our own office outside of this house in the backyard. We're actually gonna make a structure, and Zach and I are gonna have our own office outside of this house, which is gonna be really cool. We're gonna have our desk in there, our computers, phones in there, just if someone wants to contact us. We're going to have our TVs in there. We're going to have our gaming systems in there. Basically, we're going to turn it into an office, a YouTube office. So it's going to be cool. It's going to happen probably in the next few months. We don't know. I mean, we have to slowly process it, you know. But like I said, Zach and I have to sign some legal forms and get tax form so we can open up, Zach and I, our own little business, our YouTube business, and our merchandise shop, and our own website. But that will happen probably in the next few months. I'll keep you guys updated on it every once in a while. But Zach and I are going to have a YouTube business for a living, and we're going to make money off it. You would think you would go find a real job, but you know, YouTube is kind of considered a job because you make money off it. So, yeah. All right, last question. And you know, I'm sorry that if I didn't get to, if I didn't call out one of your questions or ask one of your questions, I apologize. You know, I can't get to everyone, unfortunately, because like I said, 170 questions were asked to me. So if none of your questions got picked, I apologize for that. I try to get as many people as I can, but and I also picked the most important questions ever. I'm not saying your question wasn't important either. But like I said, it's just that so many people ask me questions, I just can't get to everyone. So I apologize if your question did not get answered, but please understand that there was a lot of people that asked me a question. I can't get to everyone, so I apologize if your question get picked. So the last question is from Brendan Littell, and let me give a quick shout out to Brendan Littell here. I went to go meet him yesterday out just an hour and 20 minutes away from my house. He's been a YouTube fan of mine for 2 years, and he invited his friend over to come meet Zach and I as well. So Zach and I yesterday got to meet Brendan Littell. He's 11 years old from California, obviously, because he lives about 120 miles away from me. He actually lives 10 minutes away from Auto Club Speedway and stuff. So it was a really fun time. Zach and I had a really good time hanging out with Brendan and his friend Mark. His friend's name is Mark. I don't know how old he is, but those two kids are just great. I mean, you know, just like I said, Brendan and Mark were just great kids and good friends. And Brendan's parents, both their mom and dad was great as well. And they were really respectful. They were really generous. And, you know, I just can't say enough on how fun Zach and I had while we were out there yesterday. I mean, we played video games. I played catch with Brendan and Mark because they both play baseball. So I played catch. And I also had, we played NASCAR 14. And I also stayed for dinner. Zach and I stayed for dinner, and we just had a nice conversation with Brendan, Mark, and his mom and dad. So I want to thank I want to give a shout out to Brendan and Mark, and I want to thank you guys for letting me visit out to your house. I mean, great house too. So thank you guys for letting me come and visit you guys. I'm glad that Brendan and Mark, I'm glad you guys have an inspiration of myself, you know. I'm glad that I get to inspire you and watching some great content on my YouTube channel. So anyway, thank you Brendan Littell and Mark for a great time yesterday at your house, and I want to thank your mom and dad for being so respectful and generous. I mean, I will come back soon, and next time we'll probably go-karting. So I thought I'd give you a shout-out. So I had a great time yesterday. Zach had a great time yesterday. I'm glad you guys had a great time yesterday. So thank you, Brendan and Mark, and your mom and dad. And can't wait to see you guys again soon. So the last question comes from Brendan Littell. What is your favorite NASCAR circuit of all time? I actually like Daytona and Talladega. I like the restrictor plate tracks. I like the road courses, Sonoma, Watkins Glen, Road America. They used to race at Montreal. Unfortunately, they don't go there anymore. I do like the Canadian road course race that the Truck Series go to. I mean, that track is fun. I also like Auto Club Speedway because I go there. I like Bristol. I like Martinsville. I'm thinking about going to Phoenix and Las Vegas next year. I like Homestead. I like Charlotte. But there are a few tracks that there are several tracks, NASCAR circuits I like, and mostly restricted plates, road courses, 2-mile tracks, short tracks. Those are just my favorite tracks. So yeah, Brendan Littell, thanks for your question. But yeah, those are basically my favorite tracks. And that ends the Q&A. I'm done. I just answered 25 questions for you guys, and pretty good questions to answer too, I will say. So I want to give a shout out to Foster Brown, Justin Stitzel, DZ12122, Nitro Albatros, Ian NASCAR 48, Warfox 28, NYK Gaming, Justin Galucci, Cody Hagan, Bobby Sedlacek, Zombie Player 2119, Diadu 188, Ian Jackson, Austin Blaney, Jacob Davis, Granger Pike, Nick E, Joshua Mudd, Dalton G, Ishan Bernicci, Zach Adams, Marlo Magro, Mr. DJ Moff NJ, and Dylan 243214 and Brendan Littell. I want to thank you guys for participating into the Q&A, and for the rest of you guys, I know you guys' questions didn't get answered. I apologize that I couldn't get to you, but like I said, I can't answer everyone's questions, and basically I picked the most important questions to answer. Not saying your question was important, but like I said, there was like 170 people that submitted their questions to me, and I just can't answer all 170, so I apologize if your question did not get called out and answered. So yeah. So the people I just shouted out to, I want to thank you guys for participating. And to the others, like I said, that didn't get their questions called out and answered, I want to thank you guys for submitting your questions and participating in the Q&A. But like I said, unfortunately, I couldn't get to everyone's. But I hope I didn't make a lot of you upset that I didn't get your question answered. So please don't get upset with me, but understand I have so many people that submitted questions to me, I can't get to everyone. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this Q&A special, the 10,000 subscriber special. I answered 25 questions. Like I said, I want to thank you guys for participating in the Q&A, and so that I just completed the first out of 3 10,000 subscriber specials. The next one will be this Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time when I do the Minecraft PS4 10-hour live stream. I'll give you more updates as time comes closer for the Minecraft live stream. And then next Sunday, September 28th, will be the 10,000 subscribers special of A Day with Interesting 4. So stay tuned for the next two 10,000 subscriber specials. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Q&A 10,000 subscriber special. Answered some great questions. I'm glad the ones I did answer, I'm glad you guys got shouted out, and like I said, the others that I didn't get to, I apologize, but like I said, understand that I couldn't get to everyone's because I had so many people submitting me questions. But thank you also for participating. So that's it. That's the Q&A 10,000 subscriber special. I completed the first out of 3 10,000 subscriber specials. I'm Joseph Lombardi, aka Interesting 4, and I will see you guys later.